What's up, everybody? I'm Kris from Adobe Design, and welcome back to the Adobe channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you some of the apps that I use as a freelancer to help make myself more productive. Let's go ahead and hop in. So as a freelancer, I use a ton of different apps. I'm constantly needing to keep track of different things. So one of the number one things that I use is LastPass. That is a password manager. As a freelancer with web design, I have tons and tons of passwords that I have to keep track of. Whenever I went through and counted all of my passwords, I had 110 passwords currently in my LastPass. I chose LastPass because it's completely free. I've been on the free plan for the last 4 years or so that I've been using it, and it works great on the phone and desktop. There's not really a ton else to say about it, though. It's a password manager. It works, which is exactly what I was looking for. It's super quick to log into stuff, and I'm able to keep all my passwords safe. The next program that I want to talk about is Trello. So I mostly use Trello on the desktop, and I use Trello for just about everything. So if I have a project, it gets added to my projects board, and I create all my projects there, and I track the progress of all of those projects there. For my YouTube videos and podcast, I do all my notes on Trello. This video was planned using Trello. I also like Trello because I'm able to work with other people on it, so I can add somebody to a board. So if I have a big project or I'm the freelancer on a project, the client can add me to their board. The next app I want to talk about is Google Drive. I absolutely love Google Drive. I have a company account using G Suite, so I get this app called FileStream, which allows my Mac to treat Google Drive the same as any other hard drive. So I'm able to access it just like any other hard drive, and it doesn't take up any space on my Mac. That is the biggest thing. I don't have the biggest hard drive on my Mac. I usually use external drives. And so whenever I was looking into these softwares, Dropbox and Apple iCloud, those all require you to use space on your Mac to hold the files, and then they also make it available over the cloud. Google Drive, on the other hand, with this FileStream app, makes it so that everything is kept in the cloud and it doesn't have to be downloaded to your Mac. This next app that I use is something called Toggl, Toggl. I use this every single day because it is a time tracking app. So I don't bill hourly, and I'll probably make a video about that and why I don't bill hourly, but it's still important for me to track my time because whenever I give a project rate, a portion of that project rate is based on the hours that I think the project will take. It's super simple to set up, and you're able to create folders of projects. So if you work with an agency, you can create a larger container called the agency, and then within that, you can have projects for the agency that you're working on. With Toggl, you can also set up browser reminders. So if I've been working on something for a little while and Toggl notices that I don't have a project running, it will remind me to start a project. This next program that I use is super important because it's the way I get paid. So you've probably heard of QuickBooks or FreshBooks. I know there's tons of YouTube ads for those two platforms. Well, there's another accounting software called Wave, and it's 100% free, and then there's advanced features that you can pay for. So it's not 100% free, but it's pretty close. So I use it to keep track of all my invoices and my bank accounts and transactions. So at the end of the year, I'm able to go in and say, okay, it gives me a breakdown of how much money I made and how much money I spent. If you've ever done business taxes, you realize how much goes into those taxes, and having an accounting software makes it 100 times easier. Also, like I said, I do all my invoices through that. So I create my invoice, and you're able to customize the invoice a little bit, and then I send it out and get paid, and it does the credit card processing directly through Wave. And you can also, if you get paid cash, you can mark that in there. You still know that your invoice was paid. And the last program I want to talk about is Adobe Sign. So if you've been watching this channel or been listening to my podcast, you know that I really hit hard on making sure you're using contracts. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. Always use a contract no matter what. A big portion of contracts is you have to get them signed. And especially with COVID and everything, it's hard to get contracts signed in person. You know, you don't want to be sharing a pin. You don't want to have to go meet them to get a contract signed. A lot of my clients, I don't even meet in person. Usually we just use Zoom calls. So that's where Adobe Sign comes in. I'm able to write up the contract. I do it in Google Drive. I write everything up. I add all my details, and then I'm able to export it as a PDF. And then I take it over to Adobe Sign, and I can create boxes for where things need to be signed. Now, if I'm doing it in person, they have an iPad app, and I can have people sign on my iPad with an Apple Pencil. But like I said, with COVID and everything, usually you're probably not going to be doing it in person, and you're able to send the Adobe Sign document through email to your client, and then they open it up, they get prompted exactly what they have to do, and they're able to sign it, and then Adobe tracks all of that information. So from the time that you signed it to the time that they sign it, they track all of that, and then they take care of sending a signed copy to you and your client, so that you both have a signed copy of the contract that you're able to look at and keep for your records. If you already have Adobe Creative Cloud, then it's included within your all apps price. If you don't, then it's like $15 to $25 per month. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.